Hello everybody, this is Bill McFadden from TonePure.com, and in this video we're going to take a look at Colossus. Now Colossus is a unique library that Spitfire put out, being that in the strings and other orchestral sections, you can fade it from chamber size to full orchestral size. Now we have long strings, short strings, hairpins, additional longs, additional shorts. As far as the low string setup and the high strings, we have the long shorts, hairpins, additional longs, additional shorts. And the brass, we have long shorts and hairpins. And then we have horns singled out. We have long shorts, hairpins for horns. And then the same category for woodwinds. We have the long shorts, hairpins, and then flutes and piccolos. We have a flute section picked out with those three articulations, as well as piccolos picked out with those three articulations. And then, of course, we have percussion and drums. So we have percussion presets and drum presets, tuned and altered drum kits, as well as guitars and synths. So we have several synths going on. No choir, but it's a very unique library. As I said, let's see how that uniqueness works out. Let's take a look at the longs, the low strings. So we have these various, here's your CC11, and then here's your dynamic. This is your mod wheel. So it gives you your dynamics, the various strings. And then this is a special, basically a modulation preset that lets you do stereo widening, as well as some similar to tape effects, which actually tends to make the lows very prominent, as you'll find out. And then here we have a slider that fades from chamber all the way into full orchestra. So here would be your chamber, here's your full orchestra. And then we have another slider that goes from close mics and then gradually gets to all of your far mics. So it's an adjustable mic. And then we also have effects, so you can add reverb on top of that if you so desire, an algorithmic reverb. But these would be your natural reverb just based on the mic positions. So let's go ahead and hear how the low strings, we'll go ahead and start it with these settings here. We'll do chamber, and then this would be close mics all the way in this position. And then we'll keep the, basically the distortion or the tape effect stereo widener at 0 for the time being. So here you go. So let's go ahead and bring them, so we're at chamber. So there would be all your distant mics, now your mid mics, and then your close mics. Now let's keep it at close, and let's go and add in the full symphony orchestra. And right now we're at piano. We haven't done any dynamic layers. So here we go in different layers. Now we'll go ahead and add in the different mic positions. doing the longs here. Then we could also go into the legatos. And you'll see if I bring in the hype is what they call this slider that adds a little bit of this tape, basically compression and stereo widening. You can see when we reach the full end of the control, we get some distortion in there. And if I do use the mouse, you can see we have percentages, so you can set a percentage that you like in your samples. Ten's probably a good number without getting a lot of distortion, because you don't really need the volume since you have a full symphonic or a chamber. So now we're going down to chamber. Or you can just leave it off and get the natural sound of the strings. So we have a lot of different articulations to go. Here's some shorts. Let's close that out and look at some shorts. So again, we have, let's go chamber. We got close mics. And let's go ahead and do piano as terms of our dynamics. Now let's go into the symphonic orchestra. We can blend them too. So you can really massage the sound by blending in the chamber and the symphonic, and also by adding the mic positions. And then we have, in addition to spiccato, staccato. And I think what I'll do is, just to get through the patches more quickly, we'll go ahead and do about 50% in terms of chamber symphony, and then maybe 10% with the hype. So the next, we have hairpins. Short, medium, and long. So we're doing close mics, we're doing chamber, and we could do the same with the symphonic orchestra. So you see the long is quite long, from piano to fortissimo and then back down. Then the short goes through the cycle more quickly. And then you just have the crescendo, which is comparatively short. And then the next one we have is the additional long. So in this case, we get flotando, saltato, solpant, and tremolo. So let's go ahead and do the flotando. So a lot of ways we can massage the sound. Then you have your saltato. Your sol point, solpant, and this is symphonic because I have this slider all the way to the top. And then we have sort of medium range mic positions. Just the chamber. Okay, then we have some additional shorts. So pizzicato, Bartok pizz, collegno, and jeté. Then we go to the high strings, and we have the same setup, of course. So now okay, let's go to chamber, close mics, and we have our dynamic range. Let's go to pianissimo. We have our longs. Add a little bit of reverb, or actually mic positions. Then we'll go into the symphonic. Now we're at pianissimo in terms of dynamic range. Piano, let's go to forte. And then we of course have legato. Very nice sounding. Let's take a look at the high strings. So here let's do medium mic positions. We've got, okay, now notice sometimes you need to make sure that is unlinked if you want this slider to control from chamber to symphonic. So here is chamber, spiccato. We'll take the processing off. Staccato. Very clean. And we're not even totally close yet. Here's close. And then marcato. Just for fun, we'll throw some processing in. Doesn't seem to have that much effect on the spiccatos or the marcatos. There you can hear the widening. And then with staccato. So So you definitely hear the widening of the field, but not so much the tape saturation effect in the shorts. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next. We have hairpins. Yeah, I'll go ahead and put that as unlinked. So we're at chamber. So medium, here's a short hairpin. Long hairpin. And then crescendo. And so those were all on the chambers. Let's go to this full symphonic orchestra. Medium. And short. And again, we can go full dynamics. Also, you can increase your volume using CC7 as usual for volume. So you get all of the size you want out of the volume controls, the symphonic part of the orchestra. And then if you want to even go more radical, you can add this in. So the next preset we have are additional longs in the high strings. Again, I'll go ahead and set this for unlinked so we can control the transition from chamber to full symphonic orchestra. And so this is the flautando in the high strings, just like we had it in the low strings. Soltasso. And after soltasso, solpont. You want your far mics engaged when you're doing soltastos to reduce the harshness. And then we have tremolo. And then the next preset we have in the strings is additional shorts. So we have pizzicato. Okay, let's go ahead and set this up. Okay, this is chamber. We'll do dry. And we'll take this off and go ahead and keep it at piano. Here's full orchestra. And then let's go ahead, we'll go ahead and enter into the brass. So we have the brass longs Starting out with those. Again, changing to unlinked. Let's go ahead and take this off for now and keep it at piano. Here's your chamber. Going into symphonic orchestra. Now we'll go into increasing the dynamic layer. Going back to chamber. Add in some more distant mics. Now one thing you notice about this hype modifier is that when you have a low frequency, it tends to give a little bit of rumble to it. Let's go to symphonic. Sounding. And then let's go to the brass shorts. That puts it in symphonic mode. We'll take this off for now, and then we'll go ahead and increase the dynamic layers. Staccato. Marcato. And then let's go ahead and turn some hype on. And let's go to chamber. And we have hype on. Let's take a look at the hairpins, the brass hairpins. So we have chamber, let's do mid mics and low dynamic layer, piano. So that's your short hairpin. And let's go ahead into symphonic. Here's your medium. Your longs. And then your crescendo, and just for fun, let's go ahead and crank up the hype on it. Now we have the horns individually. So we'll go unlink it so we can go chamber, say mid mics, and no hype yet, and then piano. just your horns. So there you see the contrast without the hype. So hype's very useful, I think, for the strings and horns. Especially if you want the big sound, and especially if you're in the trailer music world. Okay, so we do have legato, so let's go ahead and take the hype down, and then we'll maybe do medium in dynamic layers. Let's go to chamber. And if we hype the chamber, sort of nice there. It doesn't tend to distort it much. You can see slightly, you have a wider stereo field there. Now let's go ahead and close that down and look at the shorts. So here we have staccatissimo, staccato, and marcato. Let's go ahead and we're looking at chamber now. Go ahead and do close mics. A little bit of hype. Let's go into symphonic, the symphony orchestra. Let's do staccato. Marcato. Let's add some hype. Great sounding. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the hairpins. So now we're doing symphonic orchestra all the way at the top. There's a medium hairpin. Long. So we'll go ahead and stop it here, and then we'll continue on with the next video with woodwinds, flutes, piccolos, percussion, drums, a lot there, and we still have guitars and synths left as well. So this is Bill McFadden signing off from tonepure.com.